Hi everyone, thank you for tuning in to this bi-weekly video. And today the topic is safety. And in particular, we're going to talk about personal electric vehicles. These could be hoverboards, it could be scooters, anything with a lithium-ion battery in it. And it's important for us to make sure that we're keeping our campus safe. And with that in mind, I brought the two safety experts from our campus. Our AVP for public safety and our Chief of Police, Chief Rodney Clark. Chief, good to see you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks for having me.
And then our Campus Director of Safety, Marcus Simpson. Marcus, good to see you too.
Good to see you, sir.
Yeah, thanks. And today we're going to talk about these vehicles called PEVs. And so, Chief, we've adopted a new policy on campus regarding PEVs. Tell us about the reason for that policy.
Well, the main reason for having the policy is for fire safety of these devices. These devices, when they've been produced, they do have a tendency sometimes to catch fire when they charge. So in order to keep everyone safe, we've done what a lot of universities have done and have started to regulate this and make a policy here on campus, and that's the main driver of this.
Yeah, that's great, and important for us to keep our campus safe. But the policy is an interim policy. So Marcus, tell us about what that means. It doesn't have the full force of regular policy on our campus.
Yes, sir. The interim policy has the same effect as a full-fledged policy. It just meant that we could activate it shorter or in a shorter amount of time and get it out there going so that we could start implementing it while we were getting out the full-fledged policy out into the universe.
Yeah, well, I know for a fact that this interim policy came about very, very quickly. Tell us why the speed? Why did we have to act so quick?
So because of the fire hazard and the thermal runaway that a lithium-ion battery can produce, that a normal fire extinguisher won't extinguish, or water, it can actually make it worse. And some of our buildings, all we have is sprinkler systems. Some we don't even have sprinkler systems. This thermal runaway in there would have been catastrophic for the campus community. It would more than likely have taken out a whole building, and that's why we moved so quickly to enact this policy so that we wouldn't have that possibility.
Yeah, right. And so it's really important for us to pay close attention to the policy. And we're not the only university that's doing this. There's other universities that have created such policies. Chief, you've taken a good look at them.
I have, sir, and if you look around the United States, the general consensus is an outright ban on these devices. Some universities do still allow them. We've kind of taken that middle ground for now, where we're placing some restrictions on them, but we are still giving that as an option to students or staff to ride as a transportation device.
Yeah, so important that as you have these transportation devices, we have to be able to park them and store them in places. So Marcus, over to you. How are we handling the parking and storage?
So right now for the parking and storage, you can come to the University Police Department or the Department of Public Safety. We have a couple of options for short-term and long-term storage, as well as for charging. We will have options for that as well, for them to be able to charge their scooters.
Yeah, and what about parking around campus? So if they're using them, granted the winter months are hard because you shouldn't be riding them in the snow, but what about parking options?
So in essence to this policy, the facilities went out and moved all of the bike racks 20 foot from the building, what the International Fire Code recommends. So we moved all of those. We put signage on the ones that we weren't able to move so that people would know that they can't utilize those. The ones that they can utilize are all away, and we gave a recommendation for the type of lock for safety and security that they might want to use.
Great. And Chief, there's a whole bunch of do's and don'ts out there with respect to charging these devices. So let us know about those.
Well, the main thing for the university is we don't want them to be charged in any university-owned property or building. That would include academic buildings, locker rooms, dormitories, and many other things that I'm not mentioning. Please use care when you charge them at home, but we are asking that you do not bring them to campus and charge them or store them inside university buildings.
And it's not that we just don't ask you to do this. It's the policy
Right.
is, and the urgency is that these represent a major fire hazard, and we want to make sure that we keep our campus safe, right?
Yes, sir, correct.
So then, Marcus, what about basic safety tips of using these PEVs beyond the fire hazard? Can you share some ideas about keeping yourself safe?
Absolutely. Make sure it's one person per scooter or hoverboard, skateboard, whatever it may be. Wear a helmet, stay off of the sidewalks, watch out for pedestrian traffic, and please don't park them inside of the Union. Don't park them inside of the dormitories. Please try to keep them out of the areas where they're not supposed to be.
Yeah, great topics. And Chief, where can one go to get more information about these policies? So certainly there's You've heard about it here live, but in addition, where can they go get written information?
Well, if you have access to PolicyStat, is the software that the university uses, that will give you access to all university policies. This one's literally titled, if you typed in PEV, you can find it that way. If you don't want to do that, you can always just call the Department of Public Safety, the police department, and we'll be able to put you in the right direction.
Yeah, awesome. And I think the video is going to have a link, or the transcript of the video will have a link about how to get to that policy. For those who have PEVs, please certainly take a look at that policy. Again, it's an interim policy, and we'll adopt a full-time policy here as soon as the Executive Council and I have a chance to kind of work through it. But thanks, guys, for being here. We really appreciate your commitment to safety and to make sure our campus is operating a safe and efficient way. So well done. And then finally, to all of our viewers, this is probably the last video. I think it is, Dave, it's the last video. It's the last video of this semester, and let me offer you all best of luck on final exams. Keep working hard. We know it's a stressful time, but good luck on your exams. Have a wonderful holiday break, and we'll see you when you get back here in the new year.